give it to Revolt. He will. Revolt runs in. Touched off the boot. Oh my goodness. Can you believe that? Wonderful chase.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel, and thank you for joining. Now, I'm going to tell you a true story, okay? You're not going to believe this, okay? This is a sign, okay? I just did a team reveal video. I was about to show you all my team, okay? I didn't want to do this, okay? But I thought, let me do something. Let me do a team reveal. As soon as I finished it all, okay, the whole team reveal was finished. And then I just went on a Twitter, and I seen this. Now, in my team that I had just finished, completed, and I was happy with it. I sat on this team for like 18 hours, which is a good sign, because usually they change every 5 minutes, but this one didn't change. So I thought this was the team, okay, this is what I'm happy with. Then I saw this. Tim Mitchell put up a little tweet. Channel 9 reporting Sean Darcy out for 6 to 8 weeks. Might have to lift Luke Jackson from number 5 into the must-haves. I can't believe this, okay? Just when I finish my team, I can't come down. So my whole team now is upside down. Okay, everything is changed. I've crashed the Ferrari already. The Ferrari didn't even leave the garage. It's already crashed. Something happened to it. Anyway, what we're going to do today, I've had a lot of questions on Twitter. Okay, and even on Facebook, and even on my YouTube channel, in regards to some certain players. So all these fringe players, all these 50-50s, we're not sure about. Okay, how did this pop up? Now, so what I'm going to do today, or tonight, or right now, is I'm going to go through all the heat maps of some of these 50-50 players that played in round 0, just to see where they were playing, in case you're interested in getting them. Okay, let's have a look at them. Now, before I do that, yesterday's video, I put up 2 numbers at the start. That was for our group league, or my league, Scodfather league, okay? Now, those 2 numbers, add these 4 numbers to it, and then you got the complete set. Okay, this is for the people that want to be in my league. It's 5525. Okay, so add the first 2 digits of last night's number, plus 5525, and you go into Scodfather league number 6. Just coming down! Now, the first player I want to look at is James Jordan. Okay, so we're not sure on James Jordan. We've got a lot of questions, okay? Now, looking at time on ground, 71%. Okay, now that's not promising. That's not much. 21% CBAs, so it wasn't much in the midfield. And disposal efficiency was good. Kick 8, handballs 10. It's not too bad. Okay, he scored 81 points. He's priced under 300k, so that's not too bad. But you got rookies scoring 70s at 123k. So when you're paying 300, close to 300k, you sort of want a breakout player that can go close to 90s to 100s. Okay, so for 81, even though he's going to make cash, I wouldn't really be happy with that score. Okay, so we want him to improve. So let's have a look at his heat map and see if there's any improvement coming, all right? So let's have a look. Now, this is his heat map. Now, from what I've seen here, there's a lot of wing play, all right? He's been predominantly on the wing. A bit of midfield time, okay, but a lot of them wing. But then again, Sydney happened to be playing usually on the wing, okay? They're a wing-based team. So, going by this, okay, it's very similar to Goulden's heat maps. And Goulden didn't score much either, okay, so I wouldn't really worry about it too much. Because if Goulden can score high on the wing, I'd say so can Jordan, okay, so it was a hot day. So probably couldn't burst out much, because probably 71% time on ground sort of explains it. Is it a risk? Probably yes, okay, at close to 300k. I'm probably not going to start him. I probably want to see a little bit more, and might want to see one more game out of him before I make a decision. Now, the next player I want to look at is Isaac Heaney, okay? Now, 17 kicks, 9 handballs. Now, that's not bad. CBA's 58%. That's pretty high, okay? The next highest, he very rarely goes. I can't remember the last time he went 58%. He went 76% one game, and in that game he scored, what did he score? He didn't score much, he scored 75. Okay, but very unusual to see him go that high in CBAs. Now, let's have a look at his heat map. Now, on the heat map, you got half forward time, wing time, midfield time. A little, even going into defence a few times, not much, all right, just a little bit. So predominantly an attacking midfielder, all right, and I don't mind not much inside the top in the 50, pretty much on the outsides, and that's a good map, okay, and I don't mind this selection. I'm actually going to have him in my team to start off with, and then probably trade him out in round 5 on his bye, and then bring in Flanders. Now with Flanders, okay, what did he do? Let's have a look. Okay, now with Flanders, 56% CBAs, 15 kicks, 11 handballs, score of 124, so matching what he did last year, all right, towards the back end. Let's have a look at, mind you, he played Richmond, okay? Let's have a look at his heat map. Where was he? Okay, so that's defensive 50. That's forward 50. He was pretty much a defensive mid, which is surprising, okay? So he got a lot of touches in the defensive part of the midfield and on the wings. I'm actually surprised to see this. I would have expected an attacking midfielder, but he's more a defensive midfielder. So that's quite interesting, okay? Yeah. And it's actually a good thing. This is a good heat map. So Flanders got the thumbs up, but then again, he did play Richmond. And for me, it's either Heaney or Flanders. That's the 50-50. Who do you go with, Heaney or Flanders? And for me, it's Heaney. Okay, and because Flanders has got the buy, I just want to do the swap. They're the same price virtually, so I'll probably get Heaney and then do the swap because Heaney has a better run, easier game. He's actually going to play Richmond soon as well, so he might go nuts. Now this is Matt Rowell, the weapon. Okay, let's have a look at what he did. He had 93% CBAs. All right, we know this. We've already discussed this. I just want to see his heat map, and that's a good heat map. Okay. This heat map reminds me of LDU. That's usually LDU's heat map. Okay, this is a very nice heat map. And what I like on this heat map also is that he's spread onto the wings, into the forward line, into defence. But predominantly in the midfield. This is a brilliant heat map. I'm in love. Just come it down. We now go to Tuk Miller or Tuk. Okay, let's see what he did. Okay, he scored well as well. He had like 116 Supercoach points. Let's have a look at his heat map. Where did he play? This is pretty much a Tuk Miller heat map. You can tell he's in form, running around everywhere. Whereas when you saw Rouse, there was a lot in the middle, and there's a bit around where Tuk is more everywhere. Okay, so this is a typical Tuk Miller heat map. This is a very good heat map as well. So Tuk Miller passes the eye test too. Let's have a look at some other players. We now go to Buderick. Okay, he's about 300k defender. Now, what I liked about Buderick is 18 kicks and 3 handballs. That's huge. Okay, kick to handball ratio is at 6. That's massive. That's actually probably his best ever. He's at 8 once as well. So he loved kicking the ball. Okay, so it's a good thing. Now, what did he score? He scored 94. Halfback flank is where he played. Let's have a look at the heat map. And that's where he was, halfback flank. Okay, he's 300k. It is expensive. Okay, at 300k, well, you got Zach Williams at 215k. All right, and he's going to do a similar job, possibly better, because he doesn't have any competition. Whereas Buderick has competition. He has, not for his spot, but pretty much to take his kicks, because he's got Powell that takes a lot of kicks. He's got Sexton. But it's a good role for him, and it looks like he's being used a lot in the switch plays. I don't mind Buderick. And at 300k, it's a good price. He's got the buy. If you get him after the buy, you're going to pay extra. So you got to work out what you want to do. Okay, so it's a tough one. Can you fit him in? Well, it's something you have to decide. Okay, let's have a look at the next one. Now, going to kick-ins, okay, at Gold Coast. Well, there was only 6 behinds kicked by Richmond, so it's not a really good indication. So Budrick sort of shared. There was 3 to Powell, 2 to Budrick, and 1 to Sexton. I want to see a bigger sample size of this. The good thing with Budrick is that he played on 2 from 2, whereas Sexton, he didn't take the extra points, just coming down. We now go to Lockie Whitfield, all right? Because a lot of people are thinking about Lockie Whitfield. Now, what did he do? He had 24 kicks and 9 handballs. That's a good ratio again. At 79%, that's not bad. He normally goes around about 80. He actually goes better than 79 normally. Collingwood's pressure, very high. Now, time on ground, 81%. He scored 108. And he has been going at that rate lately, or last year towards the end. Let's see where he played. Actually, this is a good map, okay? Running forward, it's a very good map. I'm very happy with this map. This is a map, actually, if he didn't have the bye in round 3, because I've already got, in my team, I've got the weapon, I've got Rail, I've got Tom Green. Now, I don't want to have another one. And then you got Budrick you can pick from as well. So these are tough choices. But this is a very good map. So it looks like he's going to have a good year. Let's go to the beast himself, Tom Green. Okay. Last year, towards the back end, 120s, 120, 126, 120s, 119, 145. Then he has another one, 132. Disposal efficiency, 73%, which is very high for him. Okay, he's normally a lot lower, 52, 59. He had 16 kicks, 14 handballs. What is 88% CBAs, and that's a normal for him as well. Tackles? Where are they? 6 tackles. Again, that's pretty high. It's not bad. Let's have a look at his heat map. Again, it's very similar to Took Miller's. Very similar. Okay, so again, he wanders around everywhere. The difference between him and Took Miller is that he's a beast. Okay, he gets the hard balls. This is a good map. Okay, he looks like he's going to get ready for the next stage. He's going to go even better this year than last, and last year was good. We now go to Zach Williams. We go to Carlton. I'm not going to do Nick Dacos because 70% of us own him, so there's no point. Okay, we're just going to get him anyway. It doesn't matter what he did. But with Zach Williams, we're looking at 80% time on ground, which is reasonable. Okay, that's what he normally has, 80%. So his time on ground was about spot on. He didn't score much, 73. 17 kicks and 2 handballs. So these are good stats, especially for a 200k player. His heat map. It's in the back line. He must have got stuck on this wing here. He must have had a lot of action on this wing, but seems to be along the back line and on this one particular wing. It's not really an impressive heat map, okay? But he does get a lot of these kicks. He kicks the ball a lot. Must have been a lot of chip kicks around here. So for 215k, you can't go wrong, okay, with Zach Williams. Let's have a look at another player. Now this is Jared Lyons. Okay, now Jared Lyons, points per minute, 1.18. That's huge, okay? That's massive. That's Matt Crouch territory. 70% time on ground. So not much time on ground. Scored a huge 1.18 points per minute. 106 Supercoach points. Now, had he spent 80% time on ground, that score would have been massive. Take note of the time on ground in recent games. 17%, 6, 15, 54%, 37. It's been a sub all the time. 69% time on ground, scored an 89 that game. 78% time on ground, scored a 114. So had two cracks at it, decent here. Sub here again. And then these are more consistent time on grounds, 75, 81, but didn't score much. 80s, 68, 80, 107. So, but his role was different. Forward pocket, 41% CBAs. So let's have a look where he played. all right, this week. All right, let's have a look at his heat map. Where was he playing? Looks like a lot on the wing. Okay, it looks like he had a lot of action on the wing, actually, which doesn't appeal to me, to be honest. I would have preferred him in the midfield, but he's not going to have that. Okay, he's not their preferred midfielder. Although he did score at 1.2 points per minute, so that's pretty high. But the position isn't my favourite. I wouldn't touch him right now. I'd want to see another week of Jared Lyons, see where he plays, and if he's a sub, okay, just wait, and then maybe in round after he's got the round 2 bye, so after his bye in round 3, then decide do you want to get him or not. We now move over to Melbourne. Now I don't know who to look at. Okay, probably I don't want to look at. Let's have a look at Viney. Okay, Viney seems to be the talking point of town. All right, let's have a look at what Viney did. Okay, now Viney's around about 550k, so he's not cheap. Okay, well he's not expensive, but there are players at 450k that are a lot cheaper. Right, so let's see what Viney did. Now, where is it? It's over here. CBAs, similar to what he's been having throughout, all right? 79%. He's always around about high 70s, low 80s, all right? So nothing has changed there. His scoring, well, you got a 138 this game, 103, 135, 104, 100. He's not Mr. Consistent, all right? So he's going to have some of these low scores. What happened here? 49. How much time on ground did he have? 79%. Played midfield. 75% CBAs and 49. That's pretty scary against Collingwood. So he's going to be like up and down from the looks of it. Now his score of 138 included, 2 goals. Now as you can see, he doesn't kick 2 goals very often. All right. Actually, I can't even see where he's kicked 2 goals before. Actually, I don't think he's kicked 2. A lot of 1 goals here, but never 2 goals. He's had a game of 2 goals here. Played half forward that game, and 2 goals here. He scored a 144 that game as well. So, but he doesn't normally kick 2 goals. Okay, so usually it's 0 goals. So take out the 2 goals, and one was a crucial goal. You're probably looking at about 20 points on those 2 goals. So it's about 118. So it sort of drops a bit there. 30 touches. Does he normally get 30 touches? Let's have a look. He does 30. He's got a 20 there. He's got a 30 there. He's a 30 man. 26, 30, 27. Yeah, it's about the right mark. But would I get? Is he a top 8 midfielder? I'm not sure. And let's have a look at his heat map. That's a very good heat map. Okay, this is a brilliant heat map. This looks like the heat map for my boy. Raul. It's very similar to Raul's heat map. I really like this heat map. And here you can see he's gone forward, kicked a couple of goals. Mainly in the midfield, gone onto the wings a little bit. It's a brilliant heat map, so he could break out. But you got to consider that Oliver didn't spend a lot of time in the middle, okay? So Oliver's going to come back. And a lot of these touches, Oliver's going to get a lot of them. I mean, so will Vine. Vine's always had 30 touches. So he's also got the bye round in round 6. So something to consider, but there are probably better options than Viney. We now go to Richmond, and there's no one at Richmond that I want to talk about, except for one player. That's Jaden Short. Okay, well, Naismith you should have in your team anyway. But let's have a look at Jay Short. Okay, because he's stuck into my team. So I just want to see. I want to see what he actually did to earn his 130 points. And let's have a look at his heat map. Well, let's have a look at some details first. 20 kicks, 3 handballs. Now, that's massive. I love kick-to-handball ratio being at this rate. It's huge, okay? 96% disposal efficiency, okay? So he's pretty much gone at maximum. He normally gets close to what he just got there. So it's 21 kicks, 5 handballs. That's pretty much his cap, okay? That's 130. That's pretty much what that's his highest. You won't get any higher than that. Maybe you might get a 135, 140, unless he gets a couple of goals, okay? But that's his ceiling at 130, and he got his ceiling. He went at 1.26 points per minute. All right, he has gone at higher ceilings before, 1.73 points per minute. But that day he only scored 48 points because he only had 22% time on ground. So that's not a reflection, okay? That's pretty much his ceiling. All right, let's have a look at his heat map. Now, it's not a bad heat map, okay? I actually liked Whitfield's a lot better than this one. It's got me thinking now, do I really need him? Okay, because what I just saw was his ceiling. It does look good, okay, but it's along the wings or the half-back flank. Well, he's a half-back flanker, I would expect. He's not going to play in the midfield, right? So it's right, okay? But he's not getting a lot of touches. Then again, Richmond got smashed, okay, and he did have a lot of action, and a lot of his kicks went straight to his own players, which is a good thing. But I would have loved to have seen a few more touches, but this is pretty much his ceiling game. Let's have a look at kick-ins. How many did he take? He took over half of them, all right, but only played on 6 times out of 8, all right. So 8 kick-ins. And the other 2 players, Rioli and Vlasun, had 7 between them. So it's a good sign that he's getting the kick-ins, okay? But would like to have seen him play on a few more times. He could have got an extra 8 points. Now, I did this video because I had a lot of questions on these players. So I had to have a deep look into them. Just a quick look, okay? We know we know their abilities. We just want to see if there's any role changes. And hopefully it helped. Okay, I'm not sure if it did help or not, but well, what can I do? Just calm it down. Now, we got Captain's Corner coming up on Wednesday, so we got a panel of 10 experts. So we'll see what they come up with. We're not going to do a vice captain. We're going to go straight to the captain because hopefully no one has a loophole this year. So or at the start anyway. So we're going straight to the captain's pick. Who they're going to pick for captain. And that's all for today. Thank you for joining. And remember one thing. It's nice to be important, but it's important to be nice. Ciao for now.
That's all, folks.